Most people looking to build a sales funnel that sells their online course, they're pretty much doomed to fail from the beginning. Now, if I'm being honest, they're better off just not trying at all, because the only thing that's going to happen is that they're going to lose money. Now, I know that's a little bit depressing, but I've been helping people sell online courses and coaching since the start of 2016. I've built countless sales funnels that sell online courses for our clients and also my own businesses. At this point, I've also consulted with hundreds of different online business owners on the sales funnels that sell the online courses and coaching. And it shocked me to understand that most people get this completely wrong. And like I said at the beginning, they're better off just not trying, because all that's going to happen is that they're going to fail. And usually their failures are centered around this one thing. Now, this is what most people do, right? They have this internet marketing dream where they're just going to create a course one time, they're going to create a Facebook ad, they're going to create a sales page in ClickFunnels, and they're going to send traffic from Facebook to that sales page, and they're going to sell a course for, let's just say, like $47, and then it's just going to make them money. It's going to be passive income, they don't have to do anything, and they're going to get rich. That reality doesn't really exist anymore. Maybe pre-2016, pre-2015, when online social media ads were brand new. But reality is this isn't going to work. And these low-ticket funnels that sell online courses automatically, most people are approaching it completely wrong. And it's because they're missing this one thing. Now, this one thing, it's not sexy, but it will make you money. And it's called funnel math. So here's what most people do. Now, I'm obviously going to make these numbers up, but I want to make them as rounded as possible just to give you an example and show you why most people go wrong when they're looking to build a sales funnel to sell their online course. And then I'm going to show you what you actually need to do in order to make money. So you can see here that we have ad spend, and the ad spend is obviously spent on ads. You drive traffic from the ads to a sales page, and from that sales page, that person could become a low-ticket buyer. In this case, the product that we're selling is $27. Now, what most people will do is they will also add a one-time offer. So a one-time offer is basically an optional upgrade that you can offer someone after they purchase, and this can typically be around like $97, $200. The price can obviously vary. That's something that you would split test. But this is like the most common approach. Now, some people don't do this, and they will just have this, and that's even worse, right? But even if you do have the one-time offer, it's still likely that you are going to fail unless you do what I'm going to say inside this video. So you have a $27 product, and then people have an optional upgrade to go and become a one-time offer buyer. And in this example, we're going to use a $97 product. So again, I don't want to get bogged down in the numbers too much because there's a few different things on the screen, but this is basically a sheet that we use when we're creating a new funnel or analyzing a funnel, where we can basically map out the projected income and conversions that funnel is going to make us. And then we can kind of analyze it and show like the different areas that we need to focus on in order to improve the funnel. So in this example, we're going to be spending $10,000 a month on ads. And our average cost per click from the ads is $2. So that's 5,000 clicks. So the people go to the sales page. Now, in this, I know load times on sales pages can differ and some people can drop off. We're just going to assume that 100% of the people who click the ad go through to the sales page. Now, when someone hits your sales page, they're going to have a buying decision of whether they want to buy your online course. In this example, 4% of people convert into a buyer for the low ticket course for $27. So from that 5,000 clicks and sales page views, we're going to get 200 buyers. Now, from that 200 people who buy the course, 10% are going to upgrade to the advanced course or the one-time offer that you were going to offer them for $97. So from that, we get 20 people buy. So that adds an extra 1,940 in revenue. We got 5,400 in revenue from the initial sale. So that is kind of like what most people do. And these numbers, by the way, they aren't bad. Like if you're marketing to a tier 1 country, a cost per click of $2, It's not the best. It's not the worst. It depends on the niche and the market and the product, obviously, but you can definitely get that down. But I don't want to play like best case scenario. I'm trying to be pretty neutral. A 4% conversion rate on the sales page. Again, not the worst conversion in the world. A 10% upgrade to a one-time offer buyer. Not the worst in the world, right? So these are pretty okay numbers. But even with these okay numbers, we can see here that our profit is minus 2,660. Like, we will lose money. And the reason why is because the funnel math, it just doesn't work out. With the cost to advertise in the modern day or modern era, plus the lack of, like, the lowering of conversion rates because there's more competition in most markets, it is seriously challenging to get a funnel like this to work, especially if you're in a really competitive niche, like in the business niche or the fitness niche, something like that. It can be incredibly difficult to sell a $27 product or a $97 product with ads and make a load of money. And the reason why is because your average order value, which it basically says how much was made from this, how much was made from this, divide that by the number of customers that you get. That is basically your average order value. So you can see here we've got revenue from the low ticket, revenue from the one-time offer, divided by the number of front-end purchases. That's your average order value. On average, how much does a customer spend with you on day one? In this example, it's $37. But our cost per acquisition is $50. Right? Because our cost per acquisition is how much did we spend on ads divided by our front-end customers. So in this example, we're paying Facebook $50 to get a customer, but on average, that customer only spends $37 with us. So you don't have to be a mathematician to understand that that isn't good. That's not a good scenario to be in. And if we were to spend $10,000 on this funnel, which wouldn't be a wise idea, but some people do, they would lose money. And this is why, like, people's dream of like, oh, I'm just going to create an online course and sell it for $20, $50 and just make a load of money. It's not a reality. And like I mentioned, these numbers, they're not the worst numbers in the world. Some people will launch this funnel and they might only get a 5% conversion to a back-end buyer. Maybe their sales page only converts at 1%. And you know what? Maybe their ads suck a little bit, and the cost per click goes up to $2.50. And you can see right now, just with those small little changes to the conversion rates and the performance, our CPA has shot up from 50 to 250. And now we're losing $8,000 a month. Now, obviously, if you were running this, I hope you wouldn't just spend $10,000 on this type of funnel if you were seeing these types of numbers. But it will actually shock you how many people come to me and ask for a consult or just ask for some advice. Maybe they reply to one of my emails, or maybe they'll comment underneath one of the videos, and they're spending thousands of dollars every single month, and they're just literally losing money. And they tell themselves like, oh, I'm going to figure it out, I'm going to work it out. But when I actually take like a bird's eye view of their funnel and their process, like, it's almost, I don't want to speak in absolutes, but it's almost impossible to make this type of funnel work because, again, the funnel math doesn't work out. And like I said, what I said before with these conversion numbers, not the worst in the world. Like, yes, okay, the cost per click could come down for sure. And even if you have the cost per click to get it to $1, you're still not making that much money. So this is what you need to do if you do want to get a low ticket funnel to work for you and you actually to make some significant money with it. And the answer is to introduce a back-end offer. So you can see now we've added a back-end offer that we're going to basically funnel these customers to and get them to buy. So if you're serious about spending a lot of money on ads to grow a low-ticket offer because you want to make a lot of money back from it, the safest way to do that is to have some form of premium back-end offer that people can upgrade to. Because you can see here I've kept all of the numbers the same. The ad spend, the cost per click, the landing page views, like the conversion rate on the sales page, the conversion rate to the one-time offer buyer. It's all the same. And all I've done is I've said that 1% of the front-end customers, so 1% of these 200 people here, so that's 2 people, they'll upgrade to a high-ticket back-end buyer of 5,000. And you can see the difference here. We've gone from losing $2,600 to now making $7,300 in 1 month. And again, I know these are made up numbers, but people in the industry will understand that these numbers that I'm showing you on the screen aren't unrealistic. And for most people, 7,300 profit in a month, not bad. Replaces most people's full-time income. But the only way this is made possible is because they have that back-end buyer. And again, I'm not even playing like best case scenario here. Some people will look at this 1% upgrade to a back-end offer and they'll be like, I want more than that. Some people will be like, I want to convert 5% of people or maybe 2% of people. But you can see that numbers get real big real quick. Say you convert 5% of the front-end buyers into a back-end buyer, which again is a little high, but it's not like dramatically high. I'm not being too unrealistic. It depends on the offer and the market, obviously. But you can see now that we've gone to making 47 grand in a single month. And again, maybe not everyone is going to start with that. Maybe 2% is a little bit more realistic. But you can earn some good money as long as you get a back-end buyer. And the reason why this works so well is because what most people do is when they have like a premium high-ticket offer, they will just send people straight to this offer. So they'll pay Facebook to get leads for their back-end offer. But you can see here, we're getting buyers, and buyers are going to be much more qualified because they've already got out their credit card and bought from you before, so there's trust there, there's a relationship there. They've already proven themselves to be someone who's willing to spend money to fix the specific problem that you help them with. So you'll find that the conversions from the buyers will be a lot higher than the conversions that you would regularly get from the leads. And we can talk in different videos if you guys are interested to understand like how do you actually do this, because it's cool, right? Yeah, you could get low ticket buyers, but how do you actually get someone to upgrade into a back-end offer? And there's a few different ways in which we do this with our clients that we can increase the conversions. So if you want a video on that, just let me know in the comments. But this is really like the only way you're going to be able to scale a low ticket offer. So I don't want to be too depressing and be like, oh, like it can never work. There's definitely going to be able to find some examples out there where someone is scaling a low ticket course. And we have some for clients and some that we're running right now where we are making a little bit of profit on the front end with the funnel. But, we're not personally. Maybe there's someone else out there in a specific niche and maybe it's like a really specific like new niche with no competition. But if you're looking to make like 100K plus per month, if you want to do that with this funnel, I mean, you best have some fucking brand new shiny object that no one has heard of before, and you're like the only person in the space. Because it's going to be very challenging. Like the odds are, if we want to play it by the numbers, the odds are that you don't have that, and the funnel math isn't going to work out for you. The only way this is going to work out is if you've got like a unique offer in a unique market where there's no competition. But everyone's trying to sell products online these days. So very difficult to find that. If you want to play business by the numbers, then you're going to have some form of back-end offer. Because the reality is, like I said, these numbers are actually pretty decent. But you're only like one bad ad campaign away from, losing a load of money. Like here, for example, let's just say we got this down to a $1 cost per click. So we spend $10,000, we make 14, and we profit 4.6K. Some of you watching this right now might be like, oh, 4.6K, not bad, right? I'd take that. That would replace my 9 to 5. But when you're running this type of funnel and your margins are so thin, so you can see here that our cost to acquire a customer is $25 and our average order value is $37. So we've only got about like $10 to $12 to play with there. And because some of the ad platforms can become quite unpredictable and you can see fluctuations in your cost at any time, 1 month, your cost per click could be $1 and then something happens, the winning ad fatigues, costs go up, an event happens or whatever it is, you're only one bad month away from the cost per click going up to $2 and then you're back to losing money. And let's just say a few competitors come into your niche selling the same thing as you, so your conversions drop down on the back end. And you've gone from making, a few $1,000s to now losing $5,000. So your margins are still thin when you're running an offer like this. What the back end offer does, it massively increases your margins. So you can see here, CPA is 50, average order value is 37. And if we could get this cost per click down to $1, then you can see now that we've got a lot more money to play with. So you can afford for Meta or Facebook to be like, you know what? We hate you this month. We're going to increase your cost per click from 1 to 2. We're going to send it to audiences that's not interested in your product. So you know what? We're going to increase it to $3. And you can see even if it like triples your ad costs, and I know there's more that goes into ad costs and just like cost per click, but just for a simple example, let's just say you were doing $1 cost per click and Meta hates you 1 month and it just triples your cost per click. Then guess what? You're still making money in the back end, because just 1 to 2 of these back end buyers makes a huge difference to your margin, and it basically safeguards you from like just having one bad ad campaign or having one bad week with ads and your whole business going to shit, basically, if we're going to put it plainly. So I urge all of you, if you are looking to sell your online course with like a low ticket funnel, whether it's like a $20 product or a $50 product, make sure you have the back end in place.